Hi guys, welcome back. It's the Thursday before Easter bank holiday weekend. We're going away for an extended Easter break, aren't we?
Yeah,
Which we're both quite excited about.
so we've been obviously prepping ahead of that, so washing the car and doing the shopping, getting ready, and
Yeah,
usual
loading the
bits.
caravan. I've looked at the route on Google Maps, and yeah, I'm a great believer in preparing before we go. So I've checked out all the road layouts, junctions, what the entrance is like to the campsite, things like that.
It's not too bad when you get local, is it?
No, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. So I think for our first, this isn't our first tow, but this is our first holiday sort of from home to a destination. Yeah, quite confident with it. We're not going too far. You may have noticed in our last video, we were actually meant to have gone, actually it wasn't in our last video, but I mentioned that we were meant to have gone to the NEC away in the caravan and we had some issues. I'm not really going to explain all the issues just yet. I'm going to save up all of the issues and sort of do like a video just sort of on all the things that have gone wrong with the caravan to date. So we've just got a few more bits to do here before we leave. Fit the tow bar, fit the towing cover, things like that. Just sort of do last minute checks, and we'd be hitting the road. I just wish this weather would perk up a bit because it's drizzly. So we will catch up with you in a bit later on.
So we stopped at a service station near to Southampton. We're actually on the way to Wareham today.
Yeah, so we've booked it into a caravan and motorhome club site called Hunter's Moon, which is in Wareham. And we've actually booked off either side of the bank holiday, haven't we? So we've got a nice
Thursday to Tuesday.
Yeah, Thursday to Tuesday, which should be quite nice. Mum and Dad are about an hour to an hour and a half behind us, and they're bringing my niece, or their granddaughter, as my sister and brother-in-law. They're joining us, but not until this evening, because they've both got work today. So, yeah, we shall look forward to seeing them later on this evening. So we're going to look after their little one whilst Mum and Dad put up their awning. So you're bound to see all of the family throughout the video. We've actually just stopped for a bit of lunch, which is really nice. It's so nice to actually be able to stop in the caravan at a service station and eat something and not pay an extortionate price for something in the service station, don't you think? Although
Yeah,
we do
well,
like a McDonald's, so we're not going to complain.
Yeah, well, they always overpriced, don't they?
Yeah, well, especially in service stations. So, yeah, no, it's the joys of caravan ownership.
Yeah, it's only about an hour and a bit from here, isn't it?
Yeah, just under an hour if you're sort of driving normally. So, yeah, probably just over an hour with the caravan. So, we'll see you when we get there. Okay, so we are here. We've just arrived at Hunter's Moon.
Turn left, then the destination is on your left.
So I've just had a call from Mum and Dad. They're just about to arrive. I'm going to wander down. I have explained to them where we are, but it'd be nice to surprise my little niece. Hello. Hello.
Oh look!
Hello. How are you? Are you a cute girl?
Not too happy at the minute.
Oh no, has it been a hard drive?
Yeah.
Baby girl.
All I want to do is get out.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Oh, what have you got to say?
Thanks for seeing you here.
So once Mum and Dad arrived, I didn't really film any more that day. We just sort of spent the evening waiting for my sister and brother-in-law to arrive. But it was nice to sort of spend some time or the evening with the family. You blowing kisses? Oh, you're cute. Yes. On our first date, we decided to go out to Poole for brunch, and it was there that actually we decided to go on a bit of a boat trip, and we found that they did a return trip from Poole to Swanage. Didn't realise we could have actually have got off at Swanage, and had we have known that, we perhaps would have got there a bit earlier, maybe got the boat out, spent a couple of hours on the beach before heading back. However, we got there a little bit later in the day, and Bill had to be back for 3 o'clock as he was meeting his dad to go and watch Speedway, which I think that was in Poole. And they kindly dropped him off at the campsite once the race had finished. So that was quite a nice day. While he was out, we had a curry, fish curry, which I made, which went down quite well. So that was a success. So on day 2, we actually had a bit of a quiet, slow day. At the back of the campsite, there's a gate into the forest, and apparently you can walk to a pub down the road called the Silent Lady. So we decided to head out. However, funnily enough, they don't actually make the forest accessible and pushchair friendly. Bill slid over, and we saw that sort of a bit of a sign to turn around and head back to the caravan for a cup of tea. In the afternoon we headed down to Swanage as we hadn't got off the boat the day before, and had a nice ice cream parlour just by the beach with loads of different flavours, which we thought would be a nice treat. The beach is lovely, really sandy, and you could easily whittle away a whole afternoon down here, so yeah, definitely something to do if you head down this way. And here we have the Jodie in her natural habitat, inhaling food.
How's your ice cream taste, Joe? God, now look at her shoving it in.
On day 3 we headed out to Moors Valley, Garwape, which is in Bournemouth. Initially I wanted to do the Garwape treetop adventure, but Joe wasn't massively keen. It doesn't help that I keep ridiculing her from the time that we last went. Anyway, so we decided to give the Segway a go. So this was great, and something I definitely want to do again. The instructor's really good. It does feel strange at first, but it's really good fun when you know what you're doing. And I now want a Segway. So today was our last full day, and Mum and Dad had packed up early to head home. Obviously a day before us. Obviously really sad to say bye, as we'd all had a really nice time away together. Joe and Phil were also going home, as they had been staying in Mum and Dad's caravan, but they didn't leave straight away as they'd come in their own car. So we went to a soft play area first thing in the morning for Sophie, and then went out to the Willett Arms for lunch in Wimborne. So this was a recommendation from Joe and Phil, as they'd been here before, and the food was absolutely delicious. I think we all had the dirty burger, would recommend that, and this nice chocolate pudding which you melt this caramel over the top. Yeah, just absolutely delicious. Later that evening, Bill and I went to bingo, as it's not a holiday unless you've been to bingo, and that sort of concluded our last full day. We spent our last night at Hunter's Moon, and then we're actually up quite early the next morning, and we were packed up and off site by 9:30. I will actually do a separate campsite tour, but all in all it was an absolute lovely few days away.
Cheers. Oh.